Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26, also streamed on Facebook. Along with producer Alden Iwani, I'm your host, Ed Nunez. With us today is Volcano Vista head girls coach Lisa Villareal. Her team ended the two seasons beating Hobbs for the championship 49-32, 42 wins over two seasons. And Coach, I know you've been making the media rounds. You were on my friend Ryan Tamari's show on Saturday at 6:10 a.m. And we're sure glad to have you here, Coach. It's been Sebastian Noel called it a coronation. Our seating and selection show is expected, but still, you had to win and you had to win it. And it's people think it's easy. It's not. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on. For sure, it's not easy. And that's one thing that we had to emphasize to our girls each and every day that, people aren't just going to let us run over them, and it's going to be a fight to the end. And it's always like my dad used to say, to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Well, you know what? And I think there was, if anybody could say this, the championship last year, and remember, it's a late championship season last year, right? Because we didn't even know if we were going to play basketball or football or anything, and all of a sudden they're all here jumbled together. You win the championship last year on an unbelievable shot by Natalia Chavez, and that's a lot to live up to going into this season anyway, right? It really is. Natalia, what an amazing, you've got three players that were named to the all 5A All-State team, and Jalen Bates, Natalia Chavez, and the sophomore TT Hill, who scares me, man. I played inside, and, we said this on one of the broadcasts when I was with Lori Mabry, and I can't say that Jaquan Hill wins every battle with TT. I can't say that he does. TT, when they play in the backyard, which I'm sure they do, TT is a special group is what I'm trying to say, Coach.
Right. She's tough. I mean, she's tough. She's got the height. She's solid. She's strong. She has a good basketball IQ, and, she just controls the boards, and that's exactly what we need from her. I think it gives the guards a little bit more comfort on their shot, knowing that she's there to pick up the rebounds. And it just, this team was very special. We had all the components that we needed to have an undefeated season, and topping a half-court shot like we did last season. I mean, the girls were on a mission since then. They're like, gosh, how can we top that? I said, well, we can go undefeated and go back-to-back. That's something that's never happened in Volcano Vista history, and they were like, we're on it, Coach.
Yeah, that's again. You remember, I've been around the game a long time, a whole long time in different phases of the game, and I've been lucky to do that. But when you issued that challenge, which again with the group you've got coming back, and again you won championships in 2012, 2014, 2016, 2021, and back-to-back this year in 2022. All due respect to all your championship teams. They're like a favorite son or favorite daughter. You don't know if you have a favorite. You love them all, right? You have great
Right.
You have great memories of all of them. But I don't think you'd disagree that this group of Volcano Vista Hawks was a very special group. Now this goes back to last year when we saw them play. Kennedy Brown, right? Savannah McGuire, Jalen Bates, Natalia Chavez, Titi Hill, Angeline Aranda, Mari Manzanares off the bench. It just all the pieces fit. And I'll say this about Kennedy Brown. She averages 3 points a game, right? 4 assists or 3 assists and 4 steals. But the physical hustle that this young lady, she makes me laugh every time I broadcast the game of hers and she gets the ball stolen. Ooh, there's going to be some what to pay on the other end, man. She hates to get that ball stolen.
So, we like to joke on the bench, in the fourth quarter, it's like, oh, Kennedy just picked up her second foul. We're like, is that all she has? We laugh about it because of her physical play. I mean, the ball, she probably out-hustled her teammates to every possession. Every girl that touched the ball, she had her hands all over it too.
The thing about her, what amazes me, and of course I know it's Coach Greg Brown's daughter, and she takes on the personality of Coach Greg Brown when he played. Scrappy, tough, won't be intimidated, won't back down. She's the same thing as him. She really is. What amazed me about her, though, is getting a steal. And from a sitting position, finding somebody in an open court, Jalen Bates, finding her shooters, knowing where her shooters were and knowing where her scores were and hitting them right in the shooting pocket right here. So her contribution to your team, well, you look at the stats. If someone didn't know the game, you'd say, well, what does she bring? She brings a whole lot. So again, the pieces, right? Now you've got volume scorers in Bates and Chavez, right? Savannah McGuire can put the ball in the basket. But this young lady here to me was like a glue, a fulcrum, right? That just she knew her team, unselfish as heck, doesn't care if she scores. She's got a soccer scholarship anyway, right? She knows where she's going, but played so selflessly in the 2 seasons that I saw her. And you mentioned the physical hustle. Rich Harbin brought that up when we did a game last year at Highland. The physical, Rich Harbin was like that too. Rich was crazy when he played, man. He was
Oh
the same
yeah.
way.
Oh
Meaning
yeah.
would
I
almost
have a good story on Coach Harbin there too.
we'd almost fight every single time we played against each other. Every single time there'd almost be hooks because Coach Harbin is crazy. And I mean that with all the love in the world. But he mentioned that about Kennedy Brown, the physical hustle. And so after every game, there's floor burns, right? There's a satisfaction too when you walk out of the locker room, you know what you did. And that player there, again, we mentioned Bates, McGuire, Natalia Chavez, and they should be mentioned. They're Jalen Bates, one of the best scorers, right? But Kennedy Brown maybe didn't, you know how valuable she was to your team.
Yeah, we knew what she brought to us. She's the glue. We've said that over and over. She knows what her role was, and like you said, she didn't care if she scored or not, and she knew who to get the ball to, when they needed to touch it, how many times they needed to touch it. You can't teach that stuff, and she's totally a coach's daughter. And who better than to run your squad if not a coach's daughter? I mean,
Oh
she just
gosh.
bought into what we do. She took it and, ran the point guard position better than anyone I've seen.
You know what? Like I said, a pure point guard coach, right? Back in the day, you also coached at Espanola softball
Mhm.
and basketball. And you were an athlete yourself. Your nephew Mikey Dominguez, the head coach in New Mexico Highlands, former star at Capital. So you've got it in your bloodlines, man. You've got it. You got it in your family. And I've known the Browns a long time. And congratulations to Coach Brown and his Volcano Vista Hawks. And winning one for Papa Brown, right? That was very special. I go back with the Browns many years, but this is today about your team. And I just looking back on it, 42 wins in a row, 42, and people don't understand unless you've been in the game, right? It's not easy to order up wins, and sometimes teams get bored. They do, right? Because they're like, oh man, and you had 10 running clock games, maybe more, right? You had one close game, I think against Sandia,
Yeah.
and the rest of them were running clocks. So let me ask you this: how did you keep the challenges going with your team? Because again, sometimes you get complacent. We need to be challenged, right? We need that adversity.
Right.
So how did you keep your team challenged?
Our practices are very organized and very competitive. So even the 7 girls I have coming back, they were playing against the best. And as the season progressed, it got better and better. Obviously, I would split Jalen and Natalia, not all the time because I needed them to play together as well and challenge the other girls. And so our practices were very competitive, and that's where we kept that drive going. And when you have a special group as these seniors who have had a 90-9 record in their high school career, I mean, we're just blessed to have been a part of that with them.
99 is incredible, and I think you've established. You said this in the paper that when Volcano Vista came up, you said why not, or the job came up, why not throw my hat into it, right? And when you came in there, it was clean, fresh and clean, right? Nobody had any past records. It's a new high school, right? And you figured why not, why not? And you built a great program there, 5 championships. So you've definitely built that in '99 to be a part. Think about the seniors that are graduating and they'll go on to do other things. You've got 3 Division I signings, right? I think Natalia Chavez, Jalen Bates, and they're all moving on, right? And you got the last one.
Yes.
These are
Kennedy's going to play for the
Kennedy's playing
Lions as well.
soccer.
Mhm.
So those kind of memories there. Don Flanagan's El Dorado Eagles won 77 in a row to set a record back in the day. And Coach Flanagan and his Eagles back then were amazing, right? That's amazing. 77 games is amazing. I can't even think about that. UCLA back in the day,
That's
88 in a
three
row.
seasons.
Yeah, how many? How many?
And that has to be about 3 to 4. I mean, 3 seasons if you're thinking about, if not going into the fourth season.
Yeah, that and Coach Flanagan, we know what a great coach that he was. John Wooden's UCLA Bruins, 88 in a row before that Austin Notre Dame back in the day. So 42 in a row is incredible. And I think you won more games than any female coach in state history. Is that right? More titles? I think I read that
Yes,
in the journal.
yes.
So that was something that you said in the journal article that you'd be lying if you didn't think about it. Now that you've won it, what do you think now?
You know, it's some great company to be around. The work is always the work. You know, we've put in a lot of time and effort with these girls. They want me to open the gym. I'm there to open it for them. If they want to put up extra shots, whatever it is they want, you know, I'm here for them. It's just been an awesome ride here at Volcano Vista. My administration, Yvonne Garcia, who hired me, you know, I give all the credit to them because without that kind of support, you can't run a successful program. So, you know, along the way, I've had tremendous, you know, players play for us that, you know, maybe at this point get overshadowed with these girls, but, you know, back in the day, those were the girls that were shining at the time. You know, we have our Hannah Fensky, our Skylar Malone, Ashley Williams, Deja Battle, Raven Herrera, Melissa Mancha. You know, the list goes on, and it's just awesome. And I was so happy when a lot of my former players came to cheer these girls on in the first round of state. That was a special moment for me and a little bit emotional. So it's been a great ride here at Volcano Vista.
I'll tell you what, you know, you mentioned some of those names, and I remember Ashley Williams, you know, a soccer star as well. And Deja Battle was small, but man, some of the shots she would get up was incredible. Tough this could be. Her brother Dion, right? Dion played for Volcano Vista. Skylar Malone's brother Jalen just won a championship, you know, with the boys' side. So there's been a lot of great history. Their dad Kevin played for us at Highland back in the day.
Right.
So there's a lot of history there. And I'll tell you
and a lot of people don't know that we have a lot of brother-sister combos and sister combos. The fences were Emma and Hannah, the Malones, Jaden and Skylar, the Hills, TT and Jaquan, you know, and I'm sure I'm missing others, Jalen and Janae Bates.
Oh gosh.
So we have a lot of sister, brother, sister combos.
I'll tell you what, the Bates one, I think people forgot that one. The Janae, I mean, you had so many good players. It's just incredible. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about your season. What's next for the Volcano Vista Hawks after these messages on the Sports Desk.
Waiting the next pitch. That's a good swing. Nope. Nice dig by the shortstop. Gets it across, and that's an out, number one.
To that meeting, what pitch do we get? It's a good pitch and a swing and a miss for strike number 3. And the ball game.
On the squeeze play here.
He'll go safety squeeze, he'll go suicide squeeze, or he'll go the traditional way. That one's hit on the air to left, caught on the line by Ritchie. Throw to the plate is coming, what a throw! They gun down the runner at the plate. It's a breaking ball hit the other way. That might be trouble. Long run, Morlock can't make the diving catch, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Coming around to score will be the courtesy runner Young easily, and around to third on an RBI triple is Jordan Baca, and the Hawks are on the board first.
What a swing by Baca. Tough play up there in right field. He tried his best, gave it a go by diving, but then he allowed the triple too.
Wow, that was a bomb there. That's a home run. Wow. Man, oh man. Elijah Castaneda with the home run. Deep shot to left field. Wow, beautiful hit there.
They're at first and second. Burton wraps to third. He's going to step on the bag for one. Flip across to first. There's a double play to end the inning. And the game. Poetic justice for the Hawks. Here's a 1-0. That's back up the box, and it's lined and caught at second by Gonzalez.
Runners on first and second for the Rams. There's a shot, and that one's Gonzo. 3-1 shot by Keona King.
Oh, beautiful hit by Adriel Figueroa Brito. And he will take second. He might go to third. He's rounding second. He's going to third. Here's the throw. He's going to come home. Wow. Man, home run. Wow, infield home run there. And the Matadors score.
Swung on, driven over to third base to Cedillo. Cedillo takes it over to second and then over to first. They get one out, but not able. So that is a triple play. Nice job by Estrada to get it over to second base to Adkins. That was the first out. Adkins whipped it over to Morrison at first base. That was your second out. And then Morrison got it over to catch at Fairhurst. Fairhurst had to make the tag.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26, also streamed on Facebook. I'm Ed Nunez. Our special guest today, Volcano Vista girls head coach Lisa Villareal, and our producer Alden Iowani is going to get some highlights from your championship win over the Hobbs Eagles. Second year in a row, you beat the Eagles 49-32 this time, a little less drama. Go ahead, Alden. Let's take a look, and we'll talk while the highlights are going there, Coach. And Again, there's TT Hill on the follow there. Coach, I got to ask you this, and you know what? Things happen. Gosh, look at TT Hill. Jeez, I'm telling you, man, she could rebound with some guy. I don't care what anybody says. She's and the thing about her, you mentioned the IQ, finding shooters, right?
Yes.
Um,
She's great with the ball in her hands. We want to feature that a little bit more because she does have some guard skills, and she can shoot the three. I mean, we're going to put her in those positions a little bit more. I mean, it was a little harder this season with our players that we had, on this team, but hopefully you guys can see a lot more of that in the upcoming season.
There's the championship celebration, and I always smile when I see teams win championships, man, because it's a grind. And one thing about TT Hill in the first game against Santa Fe, the playoff game, she shot a three. She shot a three and she buried it.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Mabry and I were doing that game, and I'm like, whoa, man, And I think so. You might see her bring the ball up sometimes as a guard. I think
she can do that. She can do that. We were wishing and begging her to do it a lot more. She just, TT just had a lot of respect for her upperclassmen, and I think it took the girls finally after all season to just say, TT, in TT we trust. We need you.
Well, so you didn't stop her from doing it.
No. Oh God, no. I don't put a lot of restraints on my girls. All I ask for them is to make good decisions. They have the free reign with me as long as it's within what we do and within our system. And I don't want them going into double teams. I don't want them taking bad shots, and I don't put a limit as to how many shots they take.
Again, though, Coach, you'd agree, this is a special group that you didn't have to do. There's some groups that you can't do that with, right? You can't.
Right.
You got to pull certain people back.
Right.
But these girls knew each other so darn well, and the chemistry that they had with each other, you didn't. You coached, sure you did. Your brother said that in the paper. Your practices are very scripted. You're very organized. They know what you expect from them. But again, your championship teams, you've got 5 of them now, and these last 2, these young ladies, it's a special group. They're all special, but this team here, again, you win 42 in a row. Those things don't happen by accident, and they really don't. People don't understand. So later they'll look back on it like, hey, man, we won 42 in a row. They're in the moment now, but about 5 years from now, they're really going to take a look at that and be amazed at what they accomplished.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's an amazing ride that they've been on together, and they've been on it for quite some time together. And for them to come and play for Volcano Vista and the coaching staff put them in a position to succeed as well, it just all made sense for everybody to go and win it the way we did. 42-0 at this point is amazing. Hopefully we can keep that streak going next year. And, I have 7 returners, and I know a lot of pressure is going to be put on them, and the target is still on us, but, we're up for the challenge. We've talked about it already, and we'll be ready for it.
And you're relaxing and enjoying. And this, you got to enjoy, right? I talked to James Branch last week, from Las Vegas Robertson. He hadn't won a title in 28 years. And I know Coach Branch. And,
right.
It's like, Coach, enjoy, man. Basketball up north, man, it means a little something, right? A little extra, I say. And
right,
I don't mean that. You know that. You coached at Espanola. You played there.
Right.
You played, so northern New Mexico basketball, man, they've got a lot of passion for it. So, Coach Branch said he wanted to make sure he enjoyed it because it had been 28 years since he had won one, and he had a great run this year with the Cardinals, and he's got 12 of 14
right.
players. But the thing is, you don't know what's going to happen, right? We can never predict. All we can control is the controllables that we can control. We don't know what's going to happen as far as off-season workouts and things
right.
like that. We don't know. I've got a quote from you about you. She's a player's coach. She always gets the most out of her players. She believes in them. She gives them confidence. She is really supportive of them as people and as players. They feel trusted. That's from Greg Brown, your counterpart at Volcano Vista, the boys coach that was the quote he had about you.
Right. You know, Greg and I have a great relationship. Sorry, I'm letting some of my girls they come and have their lunch in my class, and I didn't realize the door was closed. But yeah, Greg and we have a great relationship. What a better counterpart than to have him. There's a lot of respect between both programs, and you know, we just work well together. When he needs the main gym, we work with him. When I need the main gym, he works with us. So we have a great relationship. I get along with his teams, he gets along with my girls, and it's just a win-win for both programs. And
what an amazing.
To do it in the fashion that we did,
right?
Both of us 29-0. I mean, that's great.
Imagine that. I don't know the last time that's happened in New Mexico, where you had two teams go undefeated. I don't know if it ever happened. I'm sure it did, but I don't know when. And so, again, with that, there's no jealousy or any little backbiting. Sometimes things happen, right? And that you and Coach Brown have the relationship that you do, I think speaks volumes about both of you.
Yeah. We were both on a mission. You know, we had something bigger than our programs that, you know, the kids really took to heart in supporting the Browns with, the passing of Papa. And when you have something like that to push your teams and to let them just play for something bigger than themselves, you know, it was just a great thing in fact, Greg and I were talking about getting that picture up in the gym with both programs after they won the state championship. The girls and the boys took a picture together. So that's something that we're going to put up in the gym.
That's awesome. You know, I don't know.
I mean, it's the first in the state. Yeah. How can we not do that?
That's awesome. I didn't even think about that. You know, I wanted to ask you this. We talked about your offense, right? Your offense, it's everybody knows about how productive your offensive system is. But there's also two games. You know, again, you had running clocks, and there's two games. Milwaukee scored nine against you, and Rio Rancho scored 6. So you allowed 31, 36. I'm going down the last couple of games. 51, 35, 23, 26, 18, 17, 9, 22, 24, 23, 29, 33, 6, 26, 23, 28, and now we're getting to the state tournament against Santa Fe. 28, 33, Farmington. You know, that was your closest game.
Right.
They got 3-point shooters that come in shooting from the parking lot. That was your close game there. And then 32. So Farmington actually, lit you up, so to speak. Right.
Right. So they have tremendous shooters, and that's what we expected them to bring.
Talk about that defense, though. That's amazing. Talk about your defense.
We got, first of all, we have to know who the personnel is that we're playing against, and we talk about it and how we're going to cover it within what we do in our system. It all starts with effort. We have to bring a lot of energy, a lot of effort to make this defense work. A lot of people don't believe in the 2-3 zone or the 3-2 zone. We're believers in it. It's not a lazy zone. I mean, if anyone thinks a zone is a lazy defense, they've got that all wrong, or they're teaching it wrong. Because our girls get exhausted running that zone. And it's just how quick can you get from here to there? That's our challenge to them. And, working together as a unit is how you can shut down big time players.
Plus you got length, you got size, and then one shot and out. You got, a lot of people don't rebound well out of the zone. You got probably one of the best rebounders in the state in TT Hill in that zone. So, Coach, we're going to let you go. But again, we want to congratulate you. What an amazing feat. 2 state back-to-back championships, 42 wins in a row, 5 championships overall, and the most wins as a female coach in state history. So congratulations, Coach. We sure appreciate you joining us on the Sports Desk today.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on your show, Ed. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Take
for
care.
producer Aldi Iwani, I'm Ed Nunez. We'll see you next week on the Sports Desk.